Thanks, Rich. So, now that we've gotten a bit of an idea maybe of what we can see on the CT side, it still feels like there's a big dark spot as far as like what can we actually get out of them on the T side here for Titan. And so depending on which side they're going to get the start here, I think it's going to be crucial that they get that CT start. I certainly hope they won the knife. Hello. Okay, so believe we might have lost a cable here at some point, so we'll see if we can get that figured out. I'm going to be solo casting it now, guys. Here we go. Nothing but hype. DE Overpass is going to be the second map in this best of 3 between Titan and Na'Vi. This map will sort out who moves on, potentially to face off against Fnatic, or if we're going to need a third map to settle who gets into the grand finals. But it is going to be close, and it's going to be Titan. All the pressure on Na'Vi at this point, and Na'Vi will be starting on the T side. I can't hear you right now, mate. Hold on. Yeah, I'm just going to cover it right now. So we do have one man lurking over. No, that's actually a decoy. It's going to be 5 players for Na'Vi, actually pushing out on long right now. And Maniac, he is playing on long, so that's an interesting thing to note. He'll be able to back off to the A site, and he's tag teaming it with Kenny. So no surprise to see that they want to keep Kenny on that A site. You want to have that offer holding long and mid. So good to see that they already have this in mind here. Now the boost is going to come up. They're going to try and get over that truck to look over long. Is Edward going to be able to peek out far enough? He's going to get the headshot out of Kenny right off the bat. Na'Vi now everything going right for them as they are able to push up onto this site. Edward's still somehow alive. And Apex looking to get the flank in. He does take out Zeus, and RBK comes in. This is all over the place. 3 players versus 3 players. And at this point, it's getting very nasty. Na'Vi, they get the smokes down necessary, but Existence somehow finds a kill, and that leaves Seized and Flamey actually hightailing it towards the B site. Seized has got that bomb.
Yeah, and Flamey's actually in a great lurking position here. Might cut off the rotation here from Titan. He's gonna let the first step pass, get the first kill there. Can he get a second one? Gonna run up towards the high area here.
And that bomb now having been planted, Existence and Apex are going to have to get the job done. They don't have a kit, so they're running out of time. They're starting to tap it, but Seized waiting a bit. He spots out the first. Existence to pick up the first man. And the man holding on short right now. Great positioning by Seized, but it's not going to be good enough. He had to get that kill to save the round. But you have to admire how he got around that pillar, turned it into a 1v1 instead of taking that 1v2 battle.
Yeah, that was a very strange round, how they went into the A site, just somehow passed the defense and went down towards B through the actual like CT area, and it just felt like the bullets disappeared there in the last duel.
Yeah, in both cases there. So Nyak, the manager for Titan, the man who makes it all happen, the magic there, make sure that the team has everything that they need, and also basically runs the business. So the guy's a god. And look at this, Na'Vi, second round going for the force buy here. So this might actually catch Titan off guard. Although Titan have gone a bit more passive, at least on the B side. They put 3 guys down here early on, whereas 2 have pushed aggressive in mid, so they are trying to catch out Na'Vi in case. But if the rush came through, Na'Vi would have been in a bit of a tight spot, actually, if they tried to go B fast.
A very basic play here from Titan. They can just save 3 people here as long as they don't see anyone towards A.
We'll see now, Zeus taking point, he's got the AK, he needs to find that entry frag. Maniac holding on the off corner, and he's going to get the start. There it is, Maniac with the double spray down. Apex sends ahead, and he is going to be able to pick up another kill. 2-man advantage now for Titan holding this bomb site, and it is looking pretty good for them at this point, seeing as how Guardian has been stopped cold. He's down to 32 HP, and Edward currently looking for a target, but he can't find anybody. Only problem here is that that bomb has been dropped in the main tunnel in Monster, so now can they actually get that bomb back without getting picked off? Kenny waiting in connector as well, so there really are no options here for Edward. If he opens that door, there it is, peekaboo. Good night. And there's the final shot from Apex. Very fine work by Titan.
Yeah, forced buy from Na'Vi, only getting 1 kill. It means that Titan is able to start to build out that bank. Probably gonna see a full eco here from Na'Vi, and just as we talked about earlier, we were actually expecting Titan to get a pretty decent CT half, and that's what we're getting right now.
So far, so good, and another round here where they can build that economy. RBK electing to stay on the 5-7, though. I'm not a super big fan of sticking on the pistols. I mean, yes, you have an upgraded pistol, but you can still get overrun. Whereas Existence does go for the MP7. It's a little bit more firepower for him. Maniac, though, holds down mouse 1 and only takes 1, so it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, although the nades go sailing in. RBK stands his ground, takes the fight, wins straight up, takes 2 players and nearly a third. They both run out of bullets at the same time, and Apex there to save the day. But that's what I'm talking about right there. It's so scary for RBK. Down to 3 HP, he nearly got it.
Great anti-ecos here from Titan, only dying 2 people through those 2 rounds, so built a pretty decent bank. Probably going to see an op here on Kenny, and Going to be interesting to see where he opts to go. If it's going to go aggressive long or if he's going to go aggressive towards the statue.
Yeah,
or the fountain area.
That's the big question, and that's what I'm itching to see here. And it looks like mid-aggression into connector. Kenny looking to catch a peek. And Zeus can be down here for Na'Vi. He does seem to favor that. C's going for his favorite wall bang as well onto short. So we're starting to see the tendencies come out here for Na'Vi, what they favor to do when they try and slow down the pace.
Na'Vi just looking for any Titan players that have gone aggressive in mid. Kenny has great control here actually through connector, and he can actually just rotate back now and go to a more defensive posture towards A, and just great positioning from Titan actually.
And Titan making sure that Na'Vi can't get too comfortable in mid as well, putting down a smoke and rest room. That's going to buy a little bit of time there. That's going to make sure that Na'Vi have to take the time to check these angles, not just walk in blind. So there are some things here. I like it. The Titan are basically making Na'Vi ask questions. You can't let Na'Vi set up comfortably. That's when they're at their most dangerous. That's when they're at their most effective. RPK, though, wins a battle straight up versus Seized. Sewers is now clear. I'm curious to see if we're going to have an extra man rotated down here for Titan.
It might actually be dangerous if Maniac goes down.
But he wins the fight, takes out Zeus. Nades going through, maybe a flash as well here. Flamey going to be taking point, looking for that headshot. There's the flash, totally blind. And in the meantime, he has two players. He has a player rotating up short as well. That's Edward taking point, looking to see if he can't find somebody in pit. He could try and set it up. There's the smoke to bank around. And then Flamey managing to take out RPK. There's a man behind the barrels, however. That is Apex starting off by taking out Flamey. That's actually Maniac goes jumping in, catches the bomb carrier out. And Existence and Kenny from on high, getting the remaining frags in that round. So much happening there, and really, at the end of the day, what is this that we're seeing from Titan? They're just looking indomitable right now.
Yeah, winning that first weapon round, sure, 3 people died, but it still looked very easy for Titan. I mean, even if one more have gone down there, it was only like 8 seconds left on the clock, so just solid play from Titan. Na'Vi really needs to speed things up. I don't really think it's necessary to have 2 guys towards Monster, as he did that round. Maybe to just try to opt for 4 guys towards A and just try to gain some ground there.
And now, again, aggressive setup here. It's Existence taking point. There's Kenny starting it off, takes out Seized, and Existence with a double spray headshot. Thank you very much, and he's still alive as well, holding that bomb. Kenny's got the angle as well, so if that man peeks out, he's just gonna wallbang him down. Okay, great teamwork there between the offer and the leader.
5-0 now, and I actually think, considering they've also survived 4 people 3 rounds now, Titan is looking very good economy-wise, so gonna be interesting to see what Na'Vi. What will they do now? Will they go for the default again? Will they opt to go 2 people towards Monster, or will they just maybe just go for a simple B execute?
What was that? That was deep into the wall too. Like, that wasn't right through the edge. Well, okay then. It's going to be the full buy from Na'Vi regardless after that round of eco, and it is default again for them. Very passive play. Although they have elected to put Zeus down into connector this time, Kenny has been boosted up instead. The flashes, though, allow for Guardian to get out in position, and that's not a game you want to play, Kenny. You do not want to be peeking Guardian like that. He is fast enough to land those shots. We've seen it in the past.
And Kenny is forced to back off, and being forced to back off A-long so early in the round is actually pretty bad for the seed. It means Na'Vi has a lot of ground to work with. And just look at this.
Oh, this is so sexy. Maniac and RPK pushing all the way back into T-spawn. They're going to get behind in the halls as well. They might have been close enough to hear the steps. This is going to be very tricky stuff. Now they're going to completely, they're going to hamstring this push. If they can hit the timing just right here, what needs to happen is that on the A side, they need to buy just a little bit of time for this push to come through.
Yeah, this round is basically over already. There's no way Na'Vi's going to win from this position.
Well, Maniac finds a headshot on Seized. That was over here at top mid, and now it's going to be Edward watching their backs. He does catch out Maniac, who just went leaping through, and then Zeus finds RPK, who was waiting in the tunnels. Just like that, we've lost control for Titan, and this is going to open up an avenue onto the B site for Na'Vi. They're going down through connector. Apex will get to short fast enough to cut them off, however. But there's still a healthy nade count here on Na'Vi. They can slow down the pace, take 5 seconds, set up some nades to make life easier for them.
But the bomb is rotating back to T-spawn. It's almost they won't even have time to plan.
No, this is way too close. We'll see. Apex stands his ground, takes the man with him, but 8 seconds left here. It is going to be cutting it very close. Last man alive may just need to hide. Kenny, he's been smoked off as well, and I don't think Flamey has the time. What? Kenny still lands that shot.
I actually think he would have managed to plant with like 1 millisecond left, because as long as it says 4 on the clock, you can manage to do that.
Did he start with 4? Because when I saw it, it was 3. We'll get confirmation here. Yeah, just as it took. Actually, you're right. He would have just got that plant down in the last possible millisecond.
Very clutch play from Titan, but they actually made that way closer than it should have been after they had that flank. I think they overcommitted a bit there.
Well, I'm surprised that they split up. That RPK decided to hang around in connector. I thought that they would be tagging each other, basically like willing to trade, so then that threat still remains. The fact that Na'Vi were able to take 2 duels changed it all up there basically for them. The Maniac, cutting it close here, down to 41 HP to start on the B side. Na'Vi putting a little bit of pressure here early, and they've got 4 players set up with nades as well in sewers, so this could get a little tricky, and I love it. The boost and sees the free kill onto Maniac. Love that angle. Great to see that boost actually work, and now Na'Vi have got a great edge going onto the B side if they want to try and keep putting the pressure on here.
Still 2 players here for Titan on that B side, so if they actually push in the next like 20 seconds, Titan has a decent chance of winning. And if you actually look at the overview, we have one guy very aggressive along. He's gaining a lot of information, but still he's so far away from the B side.
He is. He's about as far away as he could be right now. I mean, it's going to be a very long rotation. This is deceptively a big map. A deceptively big map, rather. Takes a long time to run from one side to the other. And Kenny, there you go, misses the shot. And now the straight RPK does not land anything there. What? Through the edge of the barrel, though. Jumps up, takes a second. And this is Kenny in fine form. Maybe able to find a third here as well. But the headshot comes in from Flamey. But that bought the time for Existence to rotate in. He gets flanked by Edward, who pushes through the smoke. And now it's going to be up to Apex, who's run this entire way. Starts walking at just the right time. And with 17 seconds left, Na'Vi were looking to bait him out into the open. And he's going to be able to deny the plant. The timing is impeccable, and now the 1v1 situation, it's going to come down to Edward. Can he hit the headshot? No! Apex spots the shadow on the ground. He sees Edward coming.
Yeah, I don't think Edward was aware of the shadow there. And great play there from Apex. The timing, just if Susius would have gone for the plant right away. But I understand his decision, because Apex should have been closer. But considering he was so far away, like it took those extra few seconds, and that actually worked against Na'Vi in that position.
That actually saved them. Yeah, it's crazy. But then also those 2 shots from Kenny. I mean, the second one there, full flash, jumps up, still gets it. Like, that's just ludicrous. And now, well, he's taking an aggressive position up again, and I love that Kenny's changing up where he's playing as well. You know, one time on the B side, over on the A side long, now up in mid. Na'Vi are having a very difficult time predicting where this guy is going to be hitting them from. This is exactly what has to happen as well for Titan on the CT side. Keep the pressure on Na'Vi. Do not let them set up for free.
It's a very standard position here towards A. Kenya's just trying to go for that first pick, just kind of back off as soon as he sees someone.
Ooh, not sure if he spotted the gun barrel there. He might hear the steps, however. We lose Existence. So now the defense has been weakened here on the A side. Zeus doing a good job with that Galil.
Once again, an interfact here for Na'Vi.
Whoa, and then Apex just caught completely out in the open. Some mistakes happening here for Titan. And Kenny does have time to fall back to the site. Will he be able to land the shot, though, as they come around the corner on long? Misses the first one once again. Looking a bit tricky here, and now they know exactly where he's playing from, so they should not give him the opportunity to strike back. Maniac, however, and RPK have something to say about it, and they just rotate in and take out the push on long. 3 players down for Na'Vi.
We have a flank, though. Cease is going behind them through back here.
This could change everything, but Kenny takes out his last man, so now it's going to be a 1v3, and he gets caught by Maniac, who decides to check the back line. Incredible. Titan right now are just 1 step ahead.
Yeah, 2 entry kills there for Na'Vi. They decided to commit to that A site, which is a good decision after you get those 2 kills, but they just couldn't get on the actual site.
Yeah, that's exactly. They got caught at the line, and when Kenny misses the first shot as well, you're thinking, okay, now you can just speed up behind that, get the smoke down onto bank, and then you don't have to worry about that angle. You know where the opera is, just rush him, but it didn't work out like that at all.
And we actually see a tactical pause here, as I said, from Na'Vi, and probably discussing how they're going to handle the aggression from KNS there.
They need to figure out some way, rhyme or reason. Like they need to find out a way to shut this guy down. Although in that round, you know, it was more his presence that was the threat, right? He didn't necessarily land shots until it was already over, pretty much the round. But at the beginning, it was more just like the fact that he's around here, we have to worry about him.
That's a really good point. A really good opper doesn't even have to get kills to change the game, because if you're forced to waste so many resources just to stop one player, like you have nothing left.
Well, there's something to mention there. It's just like, I think in a recent interview, I think Olaf Meister was quoted, you know, that he fears Kenny S. But I know for a fact that Fnatic in the past, why they struggled, and when Kenny was in his godlike shape, any team you loaded into a server with Titan, that's all you're thinking about. What are we going to do about Kenny? And this guy can single-handedly change rounds at any point in time. If we make a single mistake, even if we don't make a mistake, this guy can still wreck us, right? He's just that force of nature that you don't know how to handle. So if all of a sudden he's starting to hit shots like this, maybe it is the return. That tsunami is on the horizon. And Olaf Meister right now, he's watching this game going, oh boy, oh, no, it's coming, it's not. Well, they got to get through Na'Vi first, but we'll see.
It's funny how he misses easy shots when they just run like straight towards him, but then he hits shots when he's jumping up on the barrels. And
sometimes that's what happens, right? I mean, Michael Lilly is another player like that where he gets those frag reel shots, but was having trouble locking down the easy ones. You know, that's one thing that you want to avoid if you're Kenny S. You need to be consistent more than Flash. A la Alu, essentially, you know, or exactly. Guardian basically for me is like the Aubrey as far as, you know, yes, I will get this kill because I need to, and then maybe I'll get a quick flick that looks flashy, but the consistent stuff is what he does best.
Exactly. Highlights don't win you games. Hitting easy and being consistent, hitting easy shots, just being consistent, hitting those like op shots towards long, those shots win you the game.
Well, let's see. I mean, right now it's not looking too healthy for Na'Vi. They're trailing pretty far behind, 8-0, and they go for a quasi-buy here. It's going to be a pistol eco, but with some nades and some Kevlar. So Na'Vi looking to try and split it down the middle here. They're going to see if they can't do some damage. And with that Tech 9, I mean, Edward, he's definitely one of the better Tech 9 players right now, so he can do some damage if he can get into close quarters.
Actually opting to go for a full Tech buy. 3 smokes here, probably going to have a set round. Showing some presence here towards A. Gonna be interesting to see if they commit to it or they're gonna rotate back to the connector towards B.
Well, Apex spots out the first man. Nade goes sailing out. That does actually some pretty good damage there to Flavian Zeus. That's a little bit unfortunate for Na'Vi, but they gather up. Another nade goes sailing out. Oh, and it hits a lamppost. Collective sigh from the crowd, but Existence pushes forward, picks up one, trails the spray, and he's gonna get overwhelmed by Zeus. Not quite on point there, but the bomb is still alive here for Na'Vi. They still have control of it, and it's a 3-on-4 situation. 44 seconds left on this clock, however, means that Na'Vi are going to have to start moving fast, and they still have Seized lurking his way through on that B site. Might be checking it, and he is going to say, wait, nobody is here, but Maniac spots the shoulder, and there it is. Great pre-fire there by Seized. Takes advantage of the information, and now, well, he's got a Scar 20 to work with, and Zeus has an M4, so there's a considerable amount of firepower, only that Kenny is waiting and ready.
I wonder why Seized didn't hear Kennis getting close in that position. The bomb is actually going back towards A since Guardian is actually in a good position here. This might actually work for Na'Vi.
I'm wondering, can he catch the first man through? Yes, he can. RPK is gone. 2-on-2 situation now. 9 seconds left, and the bomb gets planted. Now Na'Vi, they've actually managed to turn this around in the confusion. They've come out ahead, and now it's come down to Titan. 2 players left, Kenny and Apex. They have to go for the retake. Solid players to have in this kind of position, though. Apex has been hitting shots as well as Kenny. But the after plans right now are pretty solid for Na'Vi. As we can see, Guardian in bank takes out Apex, and Zeus will find the kill on Kenny. Na'Vi on the board now.
That's amazing from Na'Vi. Just throwing the siege back and forth between the sides, just cleaning the numbers out and just winning that 2v1 in the end.
Yeah, they're all over the place, and Seized really the big instigator there. That lurk, that's when it's successful. You're getting the rotation out of Titan. You're catching people out. You allow for Guardian to get into position to get a free kill. Very fine stuff. Wow, Titan are the ones who are going to go for the force here, it looks like. 3 rifles, CZ and a 5.7, some nades as well. And I do like this Molotov that goes down onto short, clears down that angle early. Seized hoping to get lucky with the wallbang, but unfortunately for him, nobody playing there this time around. It's going to be 4 players on A right now for Titan. Quite a focus here, and they go for a setup that we haven't really seen yet from them. Kenny gets caught jumping, though, and that's the kind of shot that Guardian just excels at. You get in his crosshairs, he's going to smack you.
And even though Titan is up 8-1, if they actually lose this round, they're going to be forced to an eco, and getting reset on siege side Overpass is disastrous.
It's not a pleasant situation, that's for sure. But Apex is going to try and lob a nade in there, probably done a little bit of practice. Not going to be doing the damage, though. Na'Vi still holding off with the bomb plant. The bomb now making its way up onto the site. Apex holding close, though, runs in. Doesn't win the fight versus Zeus, who holds his ground. Now it's a bit tricky for Titan. 3 rifles saved, and yeah, exactly. They're going to be looking to back off here and hold on to these guns. It's not worth going into a retake scenario where Titan, or Na'Vi rather, have had all the time in the world to set up the crossfires, get into solid afterplant positions.
And I would actually expect Na'Vi to just go for it here, because they know Titan is low on money since they played versus some FAMASes. If you play versus a FAMAS, you know you're going to reset their economy, because there's no reason you would buy a FAMAS if you have like 5 or 6K. So Na'Vi knows it's really important for Titan to save. Maybe Na'Vi just opting to care more about their own economy at this point.
That seems to be the case. I mean, they keep 4 players alive right now, and as we can see, they have a good buffer now to work with, Na'Vi. Whereas Titan still, their backs to the wall. They should definitely be able to get a decent buy out of this, though. With 3 rifles alive, they should be able to bounce around a couple of rifles there and get a buy in on this round. So it didn't work in the last round, unfortunately, for them with the earlier pressure over on A. So we'll see if they should decide to change that up this time around. So Kenny and Apex once again going to the pistols.
Probably going to see a similar thing here towards B. Edward looks like he's going to apply a lot of pressure here from short.
He's looking for the common spots. No, Zipnix is not loaded in on the map right now, Edward. You don't have to look there. And they are actually with a bit of a crossfire here by Monster. RPK, what beautiful movement. He's surfing right now. That's how calm this guy is. And he spots the bandit, jumps right in, takes one, but it's a 1-for-1 trade. C's there to watch his teammates back, and C's winning the duel hands down versus Maniac as well. That's not going to help things here for Na'Vi. Well, for Titan rather. Na'Vi are actually looking fantastic. Great timing with the HE there onto Apex as he rotates in. Does hit that flash though, and he's got to get another one down. Let's see if he gets lucky. Goes through that smoke, takes out one, fades away, but Flamey chunks existence down instead. Apex will get caught by Flamey instead, and now it's going to be down to Kenny. Flamey just going ham that round, all over the place.
And Navi's probably going to go to 4 rounds now. Wouldn't be surprised to see a full eco here from Titan, and 8-0 to probably 8-4. It's just great comeback here from Na'Vi.
That's incredible. What is that, RPK? And it allows him to get close as well. You know, up there, it's a tricky angle because it's curved. It's a pipe that you're looking at. So if you can get above that rim.
This half is a perfect example how important it is to pressure the economy of the CTs. Because as soon as you just win one round, Titan were forced to buy C-sets and FAMASs, and then they lose another round, and then they have to full eco, and then all of a sudden you have 4 rounds as T.
Yeah, and that's great work on Overpass. If they can get up to 6, it's going to be it's going to be a very scary situation for Titan when they swap over to their T side, and well, all those mysteries we had, we'll get to find out. Right now they need to keep their cool Titan and see what they can do. Na'Vi as well, very slow pace from them, but that's expected. They don't want to be giving anything away for free here to Titan.
RPK with that Nova, would be interested to see where he is. Apex going down.
Yeah, wow. Wow. I like the nades going in up close. That's C's saying hello.
He should know about this position though.
He should definitely check right, but with the Nova, I mean, one shot could do it. And he is going to take a look. There it is. Oh, but RPK misses the shot. He had him dead to rights. Zeus will take out Maniac in the meantime. Kenny, though, with that C's at 75. 2 kills for him. Couldn't get a third, but Zeus will overwhelm him. And Zeus with the last kill as well, taking out existence from Sniper. So Na'Vi with the 4th round on the board now, starting to get some steam here. And they've got money in the bank, so this is definitely looking very good, very favorable for the T side at this point.
I'm not even sure that Kenny can buy an Opel at this point. Let's see what... Oh, he actually has an Opel.
6,100 spent in that round, so yeah, actually he had quite a bit of money. Well, those kills really making the difference. That's a bonus $600 in his pocket. Very nicely done there. And, well, it is going to be the full buy for Na'Vi, no surprise. Now we have to see what Titan to do. And they aren't going to go into A long. They are just going to hang around mid, and they actually put Apex down into connector very early here. So definitely a change in the setup. This is also the issue for Titan, although there it is. Oh, what? Apex missing those shots. HE not going to go nearly far enough. And Guardian down to 20 HP. Gets a second shot. Edward catches out Apex, who tried to back off. And this is very awkward now for Titan. This is probably where you start to see a little bit of a lack of experience on the map. Not getting those timings right.
It's very difficult to play 4v5 as CT on this map. You basically have to go for some kind of aggression. And by the looks of it, Titan is just playing very passive right now.
But that was one of my concerns essentially as well, is like when you're on an inexperienced map, you're also in a bit of a tough spot as far as Titan are concerned. I mean, Duncan did say, you know, oh, well, you know, it should go according to plan, right, for Overpass. If they lose it, and they go into Inferno, right? But Titan are hungry. They want to win this game. But they're also fragile right now. They haven't been getting the best results. They don't have a lot of confidence in themselves. So as soon as life starts getting a little bit tricky for them, that's when they might start to experience more difficulty. They might snowball. And right now, Na'Vi sitting on 4 rounds and pressuring the A side could do it, but Flamey manages to shut down existence on the A side. Rotation coming in from Kenny, though. He is able to get there in time. It's a 3-on-3 situation as Na'Vi will manage to get the smoke down to block off RPK, who rotates in.
Maniac flanking, though, should be the nail in the coffin in this round.
Certainly hope so. Guardian, though, nade in. That could do some damage to Kenny, and he is going to drop down to half, but then Maniac drops Guardian. It's going to be Flamey roasting to RPK, and now C's holding the line from mid, takes out Maniac. Needs to get the follow-up, though. That bomb getting defused. No cover! And the triple kill clutch for Seized. That just made it for Na'Vi, and that's what I'm talking about as well for Titan. Just off on the timing there. This kill right here is incredible. Maniac not able to remove Seized, no way to refrag for Titan, and nobody watching the bomb defuse either.
Amazing play from Seized right there, and it's so hard to play versus when the bomb is down towards the toilets. Just playing that headshot position like Seized did there is so hard for the CTs, and Seized played that perfectly as well.
That's such a hard shot to hit, whereas he gets the full spray, as we saw. And it's going to be aggression coming out from Titan now in the 14th round. And the shot goes through. Apex down already. Guardian's like, nuh-uh, not letting you get up here for free. And he's even going to get hunted down. Yep, no luck this time for Apex. He is down very early in the round. And it's going to be still Kenny and Existence holding a top restroom. So they could actually try and get some pressure out here. But Na'Vi already pre-nading this spot. They aren't going to go in here blind. Well, Kenny will be blind. Flamey isn't.
I don't think they expect one more to be here, though.
That's nicely done there. If Existence can win the second duel, all of a sudden, Titan are back in the mix. Great 2 kills there picked up for Existence, turning it around, bringing it back to a 3-on-3. Guardian going to let Existence know that it said that there is somebody lurking over here at top mid, so don't get too ahead of yourself here, mate. But Na'Vi are going to be able to push out onto the B side in the meantime. 2 players here overlapping fields of fire as well, watching each other's backs. You got to admire it. And Maniac spots him going onto short, and what a key frag coming in from Maniac. Perfect timing to catch Zeus before he can make it onto short, make it the safety essentially, and now that puts Seized in a bit of an awkward spot. Looks like it's going to be the challenge. Smoke goes up, going for the mind games, checking pit, and now fades away. Very well done by him, not overextending.
One guy very close here. I think Guardian is going to catch him.
And now they bring it back to a 2-on-2. Manageable odds here for Na'Vi. They're going to be able to get that bomb plant as well. And now Guardian has time to set up. Not sure if he spotted the man on the right, but there is going to be a player in Sniper. There's the Molotov going down, forces RPK to take the fight, and he's roasted down to 33 HP. They're taking way too much damage. Existence decides to go leaping down, and it's seized to find RPK. Existence not able to reproduce the miracle that happened on long earlier, and he will get caught.
Once again, excellent play there from Na'Vi. They realized they were very far away from B as Existence was in this very aggressive position along. So they just walked down onto B. I mean, Maniac got the first kill. It still wasn't enough. The rotation was just too long for Titan.
Yeah, and 6 rounds now on the board for Na'Vi. This is starting to get a bit out of control. A force buy for Titan as well, so it doesn't get any easier for them. And now it's aggression long, although, see, and this is another tell. When it isn't crisp, when it isn't exactly what you're thinking, you know, all of a sudden you hesitate, Apex decides to back off. That's where you can see the Titan might be just a little uncertain about what they want to do here in this kind of situation on the map.
Two people aggressive once again here for Titan. Very passive play here from Na'Vi. They know they're gonna probably get the picks if they just work slowly here.
This is textbook Na'Vi, right? They love to kick you while you're down. Double push into connector as well for Na'Vi, gives them a lot of room. They're going to start being able to close in here. They have a man holding outside of Monster as well, looking into sewer. So now Zeus checking the likely angles. Seized is going to be able to support him, but Guardian in the meantime is taking out Existence. That was in restroom. Now weakens the defense on the A side. We already see the rotation coming out as well. Apex trying to get back up to the pointy letter. And Edward not hitting the shot. Instead, it's Kenny. Instant headshot from him. Key frag bringing it back to a 4-on-4. And Na'Vi no closer to getting onto a bomb site here. With 35 seconds left, this gets awkward. The re-peek onto Guardian, though. Dangerous business there by Apex.
Kenny's position is really good here. I don't think you're going to expect another one to be that close.
And especially when Apex rushes forward to draw the attention. They're never going to expect Kenny now. RPK holds the line, takes out Flamey, and this is shaping up to be pretty decent. Although, Zeus brings it back. Zeus goes stomping past, though, and little does he know there's a man waiting behind him, and that's going to be the final kill of the round. Big round there from Kenny, and it will finish it at 9-6. Titan coming out ahead in the end. And I think that's the bare minimum for them at this point.
Yeah, I mean, if they win the pistol round, they have an opening. T-side is a lot easier than it used to be on Overpass when they changed the choke points towards the A side. However, considering that Titan hasn't played this map, they have played it 6 times ever officially. I don't know if they know how to abuse, like, pushing A long and toilets at the same time. And like, if they don't even have a B execute, they're only left with one option. That's just going for the default, just like trying to push them back on A, and then either committing to the A side or falling back to B. That's basically what they have to work with.
Yeah, it's not many plays in the playbook there if all you're doing is relying on picks to give you your openings. But then again, if Kenny can continue to play at this level, that could make the difference here. Maybe he is the one to create that space. We'll see if anybody gets antsy over on Na'Vi's side, if they're going to try and play aggressive, give Titan some opportunities here to get the ball rolling. But we should be loading into the pistol round shortly, guys. And yeah, you guys can see we're ticking down, and we can already see that some nades are getting picked up here on Titan's side. Do we have a raid boss? We don't have a raid boss from them. It's going to be 4 Kevlar and Existence picking up an HE and double flash, just like he did on Cobblestone. What does that tell you, Thread?
I don't know, really. He must have a read, I guess. Probably have watched some demos, so this might actually be an anti-strat pistol from Titan.
Well, they're going just straight up mid right now, and Guardian, he's here with Edward. There's one flash going out, second flash not going to be necessary here. Guardian holding his own, though, nearly going to take two, and yes, he does. Gets time to reload as well, but he will take one to the face. Point blank from Kenny, who holds the line, stops the rotation from coming in fast enough. Maniac decides to push Bank with the bomb! He pushes Bank with the bomb. I don't know what to say. Kenny's going to have to do it the hard way, and he's going to be able to get in there. Burst fire shot onto Zeus. Edward and Flamey, though, still alive, and now they can just camp.
Yeah, this is a very awkward position for Titan.
Yep, shots going through, and Edward holds the line. 2 headshots for him, and what was that?
I wonder if they had a set play where their anti-pistol would be, okay, we're just going to rush down the bank, and Maniac gets so far ahead. However, he should have realized that he was all alone before he pushes down there, because, as I said, it doesn't make any sense at all going down the bank alone with the bomb.
It throws the round completely. There's no way in hell Navi are going to let you pick up that bomb after that. That's such an awkward position as well. If you got Edward there, oh man. Well, then that could speak to some experience. Maybe that's also some pressure. They want to get something. I mean, they're not thinking straight. They're just feeling the pressure, so they're like, go, 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 go. And before you know it, you're in a bit of an awkward spot. Titan go for the force buy in this round, so they are going for the Tech 9s. We see 3 of them, 2 P250s, handful of nades to work with here, mainly flashes. And they're going to try and explode out onto the A side, it looks like. Once again, straight up mid.
By the looks of it, Navi has a set-up way of handling the force buy. Just playing 5 guys very defensively, just playing the rotates.
Yeah. And so far, solid stuff from them. It's all going their way, Navi. Having a field day at this point. Nice shot there by Edward. And it's going to be Existence. They get nothing accomplished here, Titan, unless Existence can get a headshot on somebody. Guardian is low, but Edward not going to let him. Edward just going to town.
And that's a good way to punish teams that don't have executes. If you just play defensive, like what can they do? If they don't want to go for picks, you can just say, okay, then we're just going to play defensive. Like what are you going to do? The way to punish defensive team is to go for the smoke execute, where you just shut them off, just go for the plant. But I don't think Titan has an execute on either side.
No, that's, I mean, it's not looking like it at the beginning, at least. This is a lot of run and gun. Straight cross your fingers, hope you get the headshot kind of play. And, well, that's not going to work versus Navi, you're right. I mean, one of the more patient teams in the business. They're willing to hold those angles. They can set up the crossfires, as we saw right there. And it doesn't get any cleaner than that. A perfect anti-eco for Navi. And now, well, a force buy from Titan means that they should be hard ecoing in the next round, so we shouldn't have anything more subtle from them in that situation either. It should be more of the same, essentially. Get the round out of the way and start buying some rifles. Although if they could get a bomb plant, that would be huge. Ah, I love it. All right, so you do get 1 official timeout per map. But Titan, sometimes they'll do this. When they know it's a hard eco, they'll just go ahead and sit in T-spawn and use this time, use this minute 45 as another timeout.
Yeah, and especially considering that they haven't played Overpass, they really need to set up a strat for the next round. And I wouldn't be surprised if they actually try to go for a B execute, but because the thing that you can do is you can just go for the picks where you just push short fast. It's actually a pretty common tactic, and you don't really need to use any nades when you do that.
Well, Zeus might be in for a field day over here. He's got that MP7, needs to get a reload, but he's only down to 27, so it could be pretty solid here. He's gonna spot out the 1-man. Down to 13, and Titan, no push behind that. Molotov goes down, they were waiting essentially for Existence to try and throw for a loop. And disjointed kind of play coming out there from Titan, actually, because you would think if Existence is up on A with the bomb, they should just YOLO on to B with the 4 players, try to attempt to draw the rotation out of Navi so that Existence can get up there with the bomb plant. But if Existence dies before the push even begins, that leaves you in a bit of an awkward spot threat.
Yeah, exactly. And as we said, they had a timeout eco here, so this round will be the interesting one. We see Ken S with that op, and it actually looks like they're opting to go for more of a default kind of play.
Standard stuff, and here we go. 19th round, 9-9 the score, and Titan with the full buy. They've got the AWP, like you said, on Kenny, but Guardian's got his as well. And seized, oh, that's homework right there. That is homework, but Guardian, you can't really study up to deal with Guardian. He's just gonna nail you like that. Apex is gone. But stopping Seized from getting into his favorite corner in top mid behind the smoke like that, really smart stuff there coming out. I believe that was Existence putting the shots through.
Yeah, great read from Existence there. Maniac actually gained some ground here in connector. And 1 HP on Seized, 40 on Guardian. So even though Titan is 1-man down, this is actually a doable round for them.
They just need to pace themselves and hope that Navi get impatient. And we go for the boost here for Navi as well, putting Guardian up into a bit of a tricky spot. Not going to be that, or rather Seized actually with the 1 HP.
And this is very smart because he's probably going to get 1 kill from this position, and then you're in a 5v3.
Well, rotation is coming back up to top mid right now, but it looks like they're going to put one man out onto long. We might have two go through restroom here. And now, well, Titan edging their way closer, but they're running out of time, down to 35 seconds. Seas does make it back around the boxes just in time before the push begins, and Edward takes that peek, but spots no one. The timing just off for him. So the 4 players now for Titan electing to run onto this site, and they need to find an angle to work with here. Kenny not taking the shot. Guardian instead will rain out, and Edward will take out Kenny. It's a trade, but then this flank comes in essentially from Connector, and that completely annihilates the push.
Yeah. Great entry pick there from Guardian through Monster, and just solid play from Navi all around. Just going for that boost when you get that entry kill is so strong, because you usually get 1 kill from that position, which means you're in a 5v3. I mean, they didn't get a kill that round, but they could just easily fall back, just play the sides. They had a man advantage, and Titan basically couldn't do anything from that position.
Man, scary situation there for Seized as well at the start. Down to 1 HP through the smoke like that. Whew, that's not a fun way to start a round. It shows that Titan have got a bit of an idea when they see certain things go down for Na'Vi as to what Na'Vi want to do. Pistol eco coming out for Titan though, so we'll see. Nice nade though, lobbed in. That's going to drop Maniac down to 31 HP. No Kevlar on him means that was a very painful experience. And they're still trying to edge their way up onto this A site now, Titan. They've got that bomb on Maniac, like I said, but they need to find some way of creating some space here. Guardian holding aggressive, looking at both angles, and he peeks out. Could get the shot, and he will. Apex is gone.
Yeah, it shouldn't be much Titan can do here. They're just looking for that bomb plant, I think, and probably not going to be able to get that even.
And Kenny, Edward holds up close and gets the spray, but it's Seized actually to pick up that kill on RPK. And now that's Existence backing his way down towards Connector, hoping to find Zeus once again, perhaps pushing through. Maybe he can find an angle there to get a gun out of this round. But the bomb is dropped out in the open, and with 4 players sitting there for Na'Vi, odds are pretty slim here for Titan. And Zeus playing it very patiently as well.
Yeah, they're just looking for picks. That's the only thing they can do. They can like apply some small pressure on their economy. Won't even be able to achieve that. And a flawless round there for Na'Vi, 11-9. Titan on the T side. Yeah, it's looking very dark here for Titan.
Yeah, now we get the buy basically, but yeah, it is definitely looking very dark, and I'm fearing right now that we're going to see more of the same essentially throughout this half, because Na'Vi, they don't look flustered, they don't look stressed in any way right now. It looks like they're just going through the motions. Whereas Titan, they're still just looking for picks, and they go spread out again, so they're going to go basically a 5 points kind of play here. 1 at long, 1 in mid, 1 in Connector, and 2 over by B.
And bomb is towards A here, towards the fountain, so might be a push, but Existence is still able to back off here if things get heated. And I think it's Apex going to push out through Connector here. Edward just playing the toilet area here, and Titan will take control of Sewers, so they will have the option to go to B in the late round, which is always nice.
They need to. Na'Vi really giving a lot of room here, though. Nobody challenging in Sewers. They elect to hold from the site itself instead. So we'll see if that's effective as they peek forward. Kenny S, there's the entry onto the B side, taking out Zeus. Edward, though, returns, and Edward with the double kill, pushing all the way up top restroom. He catches out Existence and Apex both, and he's in position to catch out the players rotating in through Connector as well. Maniac might be in for a bit of a rough time here. He decides to just grab that bomb and run. And this is also due perhaps to RPK, who's working his way out onto the B site. There is nobody here. Na'Vi with a bit of an error here. Flamey does rotate back in. He will hold that line, and he needs to win the duel, but he will not. Maniac straight up takes that fight, and now it's a 3-on-3, and it's going to be a bomb plant here for Titan. Somehow Na'Vi allow them to let this happen.
If Navi's very smart here, they will actually just try to go for the exits. I mean, they can go for see if they can get an early pick, but Titan is in a position where they cannot eco.
Wow, and the timing there could have been huge. That Kenny Apex, it's going to be seen, steps in, takes a fight, but only drops the 1. And there we go, Titan on the board. They've got a round going for them on their T side. And all of that off of a very smart call, essentially, to rotate out and off the info that RPK was able to gather as well, working his way through Monster very slowly there in that round.
Yeah, that's the power of gaining control of Sewers than having one guy back at Monster, because you can always have that guy lurking out, just seeing if, oh, there's one guy left here, and if there's no one left there, you can just go for the rotation back through Connector to B.
Well, that'll restore some confidence, that's for sure. An aggression coming out now from Na'Vi. Guardian down into Connector. Might be able to spot the man on the right. He can hit this blink as well, and there we go. Just lightning fast. Guardian goes for the re-peek and takes it. Maniac is gone. But then the remaining members here for Titan, 3 of them at least, pushing out through Monster on B. Perfect timing with the flash, though. That's going to turn Apex around, contemplating the wall. And that allows for Guardian to push out. Misses the flick, however, and then that's a double kill. RPK and Kenny deliver the entry frags, but Zeus rotates in on high. He's on short, in fact. He takes out RPK, holds the line. And we have 2 players playing from Sniper now as well for Na'Vi, so things got very difficult now for Titan. It's a bit of an impassable wall that they can't really make their way through.
Actually, Existence is here towards long, so he will go for the flank. Kenneth is rotating back through T-spawn, so he will go for that A plant. However, I don't think Kenneth will make it in time.
Oh no, Existence a bit off there with the aim. Now you have Flamey waiting around the corner as well. Existence, Molotov, clever stuff. He's gonna force Flamey to either take that fight or back off, and he gets the first kill, gets the second one. Existence, the maestro at work.
That's amazing play from Existence.
Oh wow, that's incredible. Existence, a triple kill to clutch it for Titan.
I love how he does the mouse to throw mid-air, and it lands perfectly into bank. It's so hard to make that throw, and just amazing play there from Existence.
And I think they know it there, Na'Vi. I think they got rocked. Because that is a huge play from the in-game leader for Titan. And he is not the star player in that sense. We don't expect that kind of play from him to be able to get a triple kill like that, clutch a huge round, and force Na'Vi into a force buy situation. This is fantastic now for Titan. They could turn the tide completely here. They could actually make this work.
Especially considering Flamey and Zeus has FAMASes, which means they will be forced to an eco if they lose this round. And very passive play here from Titan once again. Na'Vi do have control of the sewers area, so great opening for them in this round.
But look at how few nades Na'Vi have to work with at this point. Single smoke left, and that's on Seized, and then it's just a couple of flashbangs and an HE. Whereas Titan, they still have everything to work with here. So a lot of these are going to come down to straight kills from Na'Vi. Do they still have the confidence? Are they going to be able to land those blows? Guardian playing very carefully as well over on that A site, not overextending anywhere.
Titan just want to show their presence here.
Oh, that was
so close.
Way too close for comfort there.
But it still forces Na'Vi back.
And the smoke goes down now. Titan, they might try and push through this smoke. Is there a flash? Yes, there is. Goes out, and Apex goes jumping through. Maniac is going to try and charge the site, but Seized is there, holds the line. The defense stands tall for now, at least. Titan, they need to be able to get a kill to bring it back, but then Seized takes out Apex. This could be falling apart. Kenny with the HE deep will remove Guardian, and then the second kill could come through, but Seized, he's unkillable. You just can't get rid of this guy. 3 kills for him now, and RPK now trying to run up, but he's in a 1v3, and he's in a crossfire as well. Triangle of Doom has been set up at this point, and RPK, odds are pretty slim with 9 seconds left, takes the first fight and loses it. Edward stands tall, and that will be Na'Vi just narrowly dodging an eco situation.
The key to that round was actually Zeus getting control of sewers so early in that round, because if you have one guy standing there and you see guys coming towards A, Zeus can just stand in the sewers and say, oh, they're not going back. I can hear them running down if they're going back connector. So you can just stack 4 people A, and Titan just went into the stack there. They are, however, able to buy, well, half buy this round, so still can apply some pressure to the economy.
Yeah, but Maniac, once again, this time it's not Guardian greeting him, it's Edward. It's Captain Ahab himself. Kenny, though, does return a quick frag and takes out Edward in turn, so that's back into a 4-on-4 now. Still fairly even, I'd say. Although for Na'Vi, it might get a little tricky. They decide to actually keep 2 guys holding solid on this B site, 2 on A, and they are actually taking a little bit more of an aggressive turn here on the A side. Seized, holding a bit closer to restroom.
And a 1-for-1 trade always favors terrorists. Bomb is rotating back here to fountain area. 1 minute left on the clock, so if they decide, they're actually deciding to go long here with the bomb, and I actually think they will have so little time when they're out on long that they have to commit to the site.
Now they begin their push up on long. They do have the nades as well to try and set this up, and there's Guardian with the peek once again. Nade goes sailing out, not doing very much damage, but the AWP will do the trick just fine. Existence is gone, and now man advantage here for Na'Vi holding this A site. Smoke goes down, however, but Seized gets caught by Apex, and that is key. Now Titan can actually get a bomb plant going here. They can clear out the site. Apex needs to land his kill, and he does. Remove Guardian, spots out the 2 though, and that's going to turn it all around. Flamey returns that fight, and RPK charges forward, only to lose the clutch. You saw how hyped Seized got, and this is also Titan just feeling the pressure, trying to force the situation rather than slowing down the pace.
Yeah, if Titan would have won that round, I actually think they would have gone to the lead, because I think Na'Vi would have been forced to an eco. So Flamey clutching that 1v2 situation, very important. And just imagine if the last game Titan would have had an AK there instead of a Galil.
Possible. That also just 2 peaks. Apex kills Guardian, and that's the only kill he needs to get, essentially, for that bomb plant to happen. only kill. If he holds that line, the bomb can get planted and then they can worry about the remaining players. Instead, he charges forward and then the man jumps up on the box as well. Yeah, there's some errors being made here by Titan. Tricky stuff. And Na'Vi, well, they've got the full buy going into it. P250s here for Titan, just a pistol eco for them, nothing fancy. And they continue to hold fairly passively, hoping that Na'Vi are going to give them, at least, something to work with here. Please, guys, overextend, give us a rifle. That'd be just so kind of you. But it's not the case.
Just going for that timeout and eco, which we're talking about, probably discussing how they're going to handle the next round. Would it be surprised if they decide to go for the B play? Might show some presence towards A and just rotate back, but if they want to do that, they have to take control of sewers.
Guardian getting caught out a little bit, but he might be able to land the shot if he gets a second chance here. And Titan just slowly working their way closer to the A site. Nade goes out, does some terrific damage actually. RPK and Kenny taking quite a bit to the face there. Now Guardian with the flash, just trying to set it up, trying to buy the time, and they are going to be able to hold the line here. Na'Vi, this should be perfectly fine for him. Crossfires have been established, 3 players holding this A site. There is a shot from Kenny, does manage to find that headshot, and Maniac forces the man back in the bank, so they may be able to actually get a bomb plan out of this, although that would be a bit of a stretch when Flamey and Seized can actually just manage to hold down Mouse 1 and pick up 3 kills instantly.
Yeah, the only way back into this game for Titan is if they manage to string 2 weapon rounds together, because winning that round with 4 surviving players for Na'Vi meant that they were able to build up a small bank, and in this part of the game, it's so important to have that extra cash.
Yeah, and on 3 players right now, they're all kind of floating around the 3,000 mark, so that does give a little bit of room to Na'Vi. And Na'Vi, they thought about going aggressive for a minute there in mid, but instead it's going to be 3 players down towards B this round. So passive play on the A site to complement that. And once again, Titan just struggling to find an entry, an easy kill. Na'Vi really are giving them nothing to work with here. You see the total change in style as well. Titan really favored aggression, more of a Fnatic really. They like to get up in mid, hold in restroom, try and take those fights early and not let Na'Vi set up, but Na'Vi are so supremely confident, it seems they're willing to give Titan the space.
Yeah, I think they're just punishing Titan for not having the proper executes when they get to the actual site, and I like that Titan is trying to get control of sewers here through connector. It means that they can have some presence towards B, probably force Na'Vi to have at least 2 players there. And they actually have 4 players towards B now.
Yeah, this is insane actually. Na'Vi really gambling hard on that side as well. It's not like some guy sitting in sniper right now who can rotate quickly back up to A. If Titan catch wind of this, this could get nasty, and they are rotating that bomb into restroom. Kenny think he spotted the man over in bank, but there are currently 4 players here for Titan, and they're going to start rushing up onto the site. 30 seconds left, and there's Edward taking the fight, and he wins it versus RPK on short, but now that still leaves 4 players alive, cascading onto the site. Guardian gets overwhelmed, Maniac finds the headshot on Seized as well. And now it's going to come down to Zeus. And just a very fine work coming in from Zeus. Double kill, just completely shattering the defense here for Titan. The 3rd one through, completely blind, takes out Existence, and that leaves Maniac now in a 1v3 holding the bomb. At least the bomb is planted for him.
Yeah, that's flank though.
And that's it, that's exactly right. Even if Maniac gets the first 2, he's not going to get the 3rd. And Na'Vi right now are marching towards the 3rd map. They are running out of space here, Titan.
Excellent 3 kills there from Zeus. I wonder what Existence tried to do there. He looked like he was going to go for a snacks, just throwing that flash through the smoke, as we can see here. If we get to see the 3rd kill. Yeah, there we go. But Zeus with the timing there, just predicting that play and just pre-firing the smoke.
1 step ahead, 1 step ahead. And yeah, that is map point now for Na'Vi. Titan, no further pauses. Straight AK buy for them thanks to that bomb plant. And I'm wondering if we see some kind of rush coming out from Titan now at this point. Are we done with subtlety?
Yeah, they're just gonna walk out. Monster A, it looks like. Just play the contact play. As soon as they get contact, they will just probably swarm the site. But now they have gained control of sewers now with 2 people. So even if they get out of Monster, they will just get sandwiched from sewers.
They do have 2 smokes to work with right now, Titan. But now, seeing effective setups here, I'm not really crossing my fingers for it. Good flashes coming out from Na'Vi as well to buy more time. The anti-flash, it seems like they may have an idea. The Molotov going down as well. Titan are just not able to make this work. And there it is, the peak, and they line up. Flamey doing tremendous damage. Takes 1 and drops down Kenny to 34 HP. 4-on-4 situation now as Apex goes charging up, takes the fight on short, and he doesn't make it. He's going to leave his teammate Kenny to die. And then a 2nd kill coming in for Zeus before he gets overwhelmed.
Existence is on the flank though, so there is an opening back into this round. The bomb will try to rotate back, but considering that Na'Vi has control of sewers, there's basically nowhere he can go, and Existence going down there, yeah, this is this should be easy.
Yeah, and there it is. Nicely done by Na'Vi, recovering at the end, off of the back of a huge clutch round. And Titan, I'm sure they felt like they could have closed that out 2-0. There's going to be some frustration here in the after-match talk, basically going into the third map, which is now going to be Inferno. Titan have got to be telling themselves, we could have closed that out 2-0. We definitely had the opportunity.
However, I'm surprised that they got so many rounds on this map. So if you consider that they got 12 rounds on a map that they barely play, they're probably going to play a lot stronger in Inferno, where they have the executes, they have the rotation set out at CT. So, I mean, I don't think Titan is that worried in this position.
You don't think that Titan are a team that are susceptible to doubt? That they might, I mean, we're not talking about the strongest mental game right now for Titan. I mean, they've definitely been doubting themselves. They've been wondering what they need to be doing to close out maps. We've seen them struggle online. I think a confident team would say, well, we were meant to lose that map, whatever. But Titan, I think that they thought that they definitely could have won that map right there, and they're going to be kicking themselves for the mistakes. Maniac pushing in on the pistol round, dropping that bomb down there, basically making it impossible for his team to win the round. And then that last round there with the rifles on A, Apex opened that up, unlocked that round for them, and yet they still managed to throw it away. Those are a couple rounds I think that's going to come back to bite them.
Psychologically speaking, they've been a bit of a victim of their great start to that map there, because, you know, they shouldn't be 8-0 up on Overpass against Na'Vi. It just shouldn't happen like that. And, you know, you're right. They've probably gone from being, hey, whatever happens on Overpass, who cares, to we should have won that. Like, that should have been 2-0. I'll ask your thoughts, Duncan, while we're here.
Yeah, it's like I said, the only chance was to have a great CT half. And actually, it looked, okay, they had the first part of it, but then they didn't actually have that great CT half. They only got 9 rounds. And so they already had their work cut out. They get 70 rounds. And one of the ways you could tell they didn't have any tactics there on that map, like the classic sign on Overpass when a team doesn't have any more tactics or any idea what to do, is you just repeatedly brute force walking up to that small site over and over and over again. Because the problem is usually the CTs aren't going to flank you, so you can always set up to go on that site, but then it just becomes this match that you see many times on Overpass. That's why a lot of teams hate it. Terrorists just walk up, CTs are all already in the site. There's 3 or 4 at least that playing there instead of the normal 2, and they just try to have firefights and win the game. It's very hard to force that though. So you were never going to get 7 rounds doing that. You saw at the end there, they were lucky to get like 1 out of 6 at one point in time. So I think you could tell both sides are tight there. They had the startings of a great CT half. They had nothing on T half.
I mean, Bjorn, there's an argument still that that's a big win. You know, they've had that almost a table time. You know, they're on the stage, they're playing, lots of rounds on the board. Na'Vi not really convincing on a map that they usually win for fun. They have a very good record on Overpass. What are your thoughts overall about that performance?
I actually think Semler made a good point there. It's fun how if they would have actually gotten crushed on Overpass, they would have thought, okay, we don't play this map, we got crushed, let's just go to the next game. But since they were so close to actually winning, and there were some like key situations would have actually made it maybe go to overtime, they're actually thinking like now, why didn't we do this? They're like overthinking the past map, which they shouldn't do. They should just focus on Inferno. So it might actually backfire that it came so close to winning this
The reason why I'm making that point as well is looking at the body language of Titan afterwards. When we get that pan camera shot of them, you've got RPK slumped in his chair, basically facing his hands. You got Maniac slumped as well, and Apex just going like the big stretch, the big stretch of like, that's the disappointment stretch right there. I'm naming it. That's Apex with the disappointment stretch. So I mean, the body language speaks to a very frustrated
Have you seen that stretch from women you've been with?
Nice.
I did a Thorin there.
Yeah, you tried at least.
See, I would have gone the other way.
That's what they say.
I'd have gone the other way and said that would be my name for the book of like the beat journalists following Nippo for 2015, the disappointment stretch.
It's good.
All right.
It's good.
But anyway, actually, another factor in that game was, on the CT side, when they did have that huge lead, was off the back of Kenny just going God mode. Like, for like 1.5 maps in this series, he was in God mode. T-half, you didn't really see a whole lot from Kenny. There wasn't a whole lot he could get done.
No, it's true.
Because they were just trying to walk it in, you know.
Yeah. So look, third map, we need to stay on course. We want to keep this schedule slick, so we'll end that there. We are going to see a deciding map. It is going to be Inferno. We'll be talking about that very soon. We're going to take a 10-minute break. Do not go too far. Na'Vi versus Titan coming up soon.